Welcome to the Milsurf Mike channel. On my June 25th, 2017 video about the Smith & Wesson Model 29, I made an intro skit and talked about how movies and general popular culture can drive sales for certain items, noting that the Dirty Harry movies were responsible for the huge spike of Model 29 sold in the 1970s. The same can be said of the firearm I present today, the Ruger Single 6, and basically all single-action army revolvers that came into being in the 1950s, thanks to television and movie westerns. After World War II, there was not much demand for single-action revolvers, as 1911 A1s and double-action revolvers ruled the day. Colt's machinery for these antiquated revolvers was worn and obsolete, so they wound production down. Enter the 1950s, and cheap westerns with single-action revolvers ruled the big and small screen, and Bill Ruger spotted an opportunity. He had already made a successful .22 semi-auto pistol based off the Japanese Type 14 Nambu pistol, so he had money to invest in tooling up for producing the single-action .22 revolver. Ruger was fairly good at mimicking older guns externally while producing them inexpensively. From investment casting to using coil springs instead of flat springs, the time and material savings made the Single 6 inexpensive to produce. The Single 6, as well as their Black Hawk line of revolvers, were fairly popular throughout the 50s and 60s with different caliber options and barrel lengths offered. In the early 70s, a genius by the name of Michael James Day unloaded his 41 mag Ruger Black Hawk in the cab of his truck, accidentally dropping it, and it fired when the uncocked hammer caused the chambered round to fire and hit him in the leg. Of course, the well-established practice for the single-action revolvers had been to only load 5 rounds, leaving the hammer down on an empty chamber. Day sued Ruger and won. He received a big chunk of change, and this prompted a redesign by Ruger, adding a transfer bar safety to prevent firing, except by pulling the trigger. This redesign has made some question the smoothness of the trigger of the new model versus the old model, but you can safely carry it and fill all chambers of the cylinder. Today you can buy 9 and 10 shot revolvers. Ruger has only recently released the Wrangler, which is mechanically similar to the Single 6, but made from different materials to price it in the Heritage Rough Rider range. I obtained my Single 6 in a trade for a Heritage Rough Rider that I had also obtained a .22 mag cylinder for, plus $100, so this was a definite steal for me. My Single 6 is stainless steel, has both the .22 long rifle and .22 mag cylinders. Open the side gate, press that in, pull that out. That's the .22 long rifle. Get in the hole is your home. And we got our .22 Min-Mag cylinder in there. After looking up the serial number, this is of 1989 vintage. I took it out with my Wrangler, which I'll have the Scotsman give away, and thank you to those of you who donated for Mr. Holster, just to compare the two. And as I said in that review, this is basically comparing a Cavalier to a Cadillac. The trigger was very light and smooth. One is surprised every time they shoot it. The longer barrel and adjustable target sights make this much more accurate to its younger, more economical counterpart. The wood grips and stainless steel finish are great touches compared to the Cerakote and plastic grips of the Wrangler. Overall, this is an excellent firearm to teach your young one how to shoot a handgun. Changing the .22 mag cylinder is a piece of cake, and you can make some nice fireballs with the larger ammo. If you're looking for a single-action army and have the cash, definitely pick up a Ruger Single 6. Please be aware of where your elected officials and groups who claim to represent you stand on the Constitution. Please consider becoming a member of the GOA and/or your state Pro 2A organization. Please like, comment, subscribe, as well as check out my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and who I support on Patreon. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.